Hey everybody, my name is Alex Buriak. I'm the Senior Vice President over here at Jet Lending. And we try to do at least some daily live education for the investment community. And we kind of pick topics every day, something new. So one thing I'll do is since we are live, I'm going to put a link in the messaging. So for whatever social media um, service you are watching this under, you can actually ask us questions live, and I'll answer them. If you want us to do a certain show on a certain topic, let us know in the chats. That link is to all the educational videos that we ever produce, so you can check them out. And today we're going to go over the power of a cash out refinance. Okay, so one of the things that's really important concept to understand as you see very wealthy real estate investors. What you'll notice is that very rarely do they leave their equity within their properties. They usually pull the equity out to buy another property or some other revenue generating asset. So how do you do that? All right. Well, so when you're working with like a lender with Jet Lending, you could do that in short-term aspects. You could do them in long-term aspects. You could refinance in like a 12-month loan or an 18-month loan, and then try to refinance it again. You could do a 30-year loan on some of your rental portfolios. You can actually do a portfolio of multiple properties. So there's a lot of ways that you can leverage the equity within your real estate to buy more real estate. Okay, so what's some of the one of the most powerful ways that you can actually use the cash out refinance are my tax sale and my foreclosure sale people. When you go to the first Tuesday of the month sale in Texas, at least it's the first Tuesday of the month. You have to bring a cashier's check or money order, okay, and you got to pay for it at the courthouse steps, okay. So after they do that, they record everything the next day. You end up owning the property. It's great. All right, you may get things really, really cheap, but you got to have the liquidity to continue to buy that. You're buying properties probably at anywhere from 30 grand to, I was at the Montgomery County tax sale the other month, and we had properties going for millions of dollars. Okay, so it's a way to acquire properties. One of the key things to do if you want to stay in that game is you got to keep your liquidity up. And how do they do it? They cash out refinance with an asset-based lender like Jet Lending. We get it all the time. We get it every week, where people will buy something cash, or they'll be in inherited property, and they'll allow us to leverage the after repaired value if there's repaired, or the as is value if there's no repairs, to get them the liquidity to go buy something else, or to use that liquidity to actually repair their property, put their cash back in their pocket from the purchase, so they can have a little more liquidity. Because everybody knows in any industry, in any business, liquidity is what saves you. Liquidity what keeps the engine running. Okay, so the cash out refinance is very, very important, an important concept to understand when you're using any type of lending, especially asset-based lending. When is a refinance or cash out refinance not very, good to use? Okay, so the only time where you are at higher risk as an investor is if you're already in a loan. Okay, and the loan that you're in is a short-term loan, probably within like an asset-based lender. Okay, but because let's say Jet Lending, we lend up to 70% of the after repaired value. We don't have a loan to cost rider in the front end. So it's, a lot of times our borrowers actually come out of pocket, $0 out of pocket at closing. But let's say you had another lender. We get this all the time too, and you're with another short-term lender. Well, if they're going to lend you 70% of the after repaired value, and let's say you're having issues with the lender, your terms coming up, refinancing with another short-term lender, you're going to end up coming out of pocket because you're already leveraged that property. So it's important to refinance properties that have enough spread to give you the liquidity. So another consideration you need to understand when you are doing cash out refinances. This is when you have to make the decision on if you should do it. If you have a property in mind today, you definitely should do it. But let's say you're just speculating that you will possibly buy something within the next X amount of time. Well, you have to kind of look at your total cost of funds. That's what we do every day. So let's say you're going to cash out refinance and you're at a short-term loan at 11.9%. Okay. So that means per annum, that means you're going to pay up 11.9% on that money. Okay. So you hold it for 12 months, you paid 11.9%. So what you have to make sure you do is within that 12 months or within that spread of time, you have to make above 11.9% return to pay back everything that you invested and then your return. So that's why people come to us at Jet Lending, because we don't just deploy capital. We kind of run as your second pair of eyes and your view on your return and your investment. So we'll take a look. We'll let you know where you stand, making sure that you're profitable. Because if you're not profitable, you're not buying more properties. If you're not buying more properties, we're not lending more money. If we're not lending more money, we're not making any money. So it has to be win-win. It has to be an ability for us to work together to become equally profitable together. Okay. So again, cash out refinances are a great option for people that have a lot of equity in a property or many properties, or you've been inherited a property, or you are buying them cash and you're trying to get some of your liquidity back to float your next deal or to float your business costs. So they're very simple to do. The 30-year stuff today is May 30th, 2024, in case this video flies around in the next few years. You are going to probably be on a 30-year cash out, probably going to be in the 8s, high 7s to low 9s, so call it 8s. So just make sure you're aware, and you're going to have a minimum of a 660 credit score or somebody in your company to kind of get that done. They're pretty simple to do. They're pretty simple to close. They're way easier than all the documentation and income that you would need for the like with the conventional side, but there is still some requirements. So I hope this helps. I hope this kind of clarifies some things up about the cash out refinance. We'll do another video on actually the math of things, and hope to see what you guys need to do. So I hope this helps on understanding how powerful a cash out refinance could be and how powerful using your equity can be to buy more asset revenue producing properties so you can increase your financial freedom and wealth. Again, my name is Alex Buriak. I'm the Senior Vice President over here in Jet Lending. Get with us on anything you need. Go to jetlending.com, click that link, watch our educational videos. Let's see how we can help you obtain that wealth that you guys have been searching for in the investment community. I hope you guys have a great day.